Good day, folks. Everything new under the sun. What is happening in the last days? Well, there's kind of three things that are going to happen. There's going to be an AntiChrist figure. There's going to be a world government, and there's going to be a new world currency system, whether that's digital, whatever it may be, known in the Bible as the mark of the beast. Are those things in progress? Well, one of the things is that the World Economic Forum is calling for AI, artificial intelligence, to rewrite the Bible, to create religions that are actually correct, assuming that any of the existing ones are not correct. Interesting. And how will AI make it correct? We will make our own gods in our own image, and that's ultimately what man does when he doesn't recognize Jesus Christ as his Savior and recognize God as the creator of us and the earth and all that there is. So AI will create us a Bible. Well, that wouldn't be the one world religion that is led by the false prophet. You talk about the New World Order and the mark of the beast, and I think that's going to be tied to and pushed because of for the health and safety of us all, pushed because of health concerns, pandemics, that at least in the name of that, due to that or because of that, it's going to be pushed. This is exposenews.com. The World Health Organization's digital health certification is a step towards setting WHO up as a power center of a one world government. So again, this is one reason why I think people will accept the mark of the beast, whatever it may be when it comes out, because it will be sold as something for our health and safety, maybe during a pandemic, maybe during World War III, maybe during a confluence of events, which includes economic collapse and famine and world crisis all over. And if you want to get some help from the government, you have to sign up for this new digital system. So that's how I think they're going to get it into the world. That's how people will accept it, because they will be desperate. They will have no other option. If they're not Christians, they won't recognize what it is. And so they will accept it. They'll say, I don't like it, but at least this is how me and my kids can eat and survive, so they will accept it. And why are we headed to World War III? What is one of the pillars of the end times? Again, this idea of this new world economic system. And is the current world economic system being upended? Has the table been tossed? It really has. And this is part of the reason why we're on World War III, or heading there very quickly if you don't consider it to be World War III right now. As the U.S. dollar and U.S. Hegemony decreases and other nations want to rise, it's creating this battle, this economic battle for superiority and strength. And the U.S. is losing very, very quickly. And all world reserve currencies flip over to a new one at some point in time. They die for whatever reason. They hyperinflate. They crash, and you go into something new. I think ultimately what we're going to go into is a new economic system led by the Antichrist. But right now, this BRICS configuration of countries is really pushing for something outside of the U.S. dollar. This is War News 247. Historic geopolitical upheaval, dollar end for dozens of countries. Many countries are moving away from the U.S. dollar. And again, this is why the U.S. is at war and wants to continue at war, because this shows their strength on the world stage. This also shores up the U.S. dollar as people go to a safe haven and want to put all their savings in U.S. dollars. But people are still quickly moving away from it. The U.S. is doing whatever it can to keep its world reserve currency status, but it's losing it very quickly, and that's why they're going to war. This is what happens when world economic systems crash. They take you to war because they've got nothing else. They hope that will, preserve their status as a world reserve currency and preserve their power. So Egypt officially is in BRICS. A yes from Iran, Saudi Arabia, HAE, and the 10 Asian countries. I think that's just the spelling from the translation, but 10 other countries. So a lot of countries are moving to new currencies and new ways of doing business outside of the US dollar. All right. War News 247 again. A whole bunch of US hardware and NATO hardware is absolutely being destroyed. This particular article is about US tank on fire, apparently. And yeah, this is happening. And things are not going well. You need to check alternative news media, RT.com, TASS, Al Jazeera, Jerusalem Post, JPost.com. Check out all the alternative media sources, including BBC, CBC. Look what they're all saying, put them all together, and the truth is in the middle somewhere between all the details, more or less, generally speaking. Now, have you heard about supply chain issues? I did a video about senators getting satellite phones because the U.S., apparently the people, the intelligence community, thinks there may be issues with communications. Did you know that Alaska had a communications breakdown? One of their internet lines was cut, supposedly by an iceberg. And maybe that is what happened in Alaska there. But wouldn't it be a nice little tap on the shoulder, wink, wink by Russia to take that out and disguise it like an iceberg, and for the intelligence folks to say, you know what, maybe this was Russia, and maybe this is an example of what they could do, and Russia could cut our communications very, very quickly if they wanted to. And along with that, the whole idea of supply chains. If supply chains go down, the warning was out there about restaurants, etc., having 10 days supply, and now we have Buttigieg saying, you know what, there's going to be supply chain issues, and this is in relation to the bridge collapse, I-95 collapse. Pete Buttigieg warns snarled supply chains might spark higher costs. So again, we were warned about this supply chains prior to this by that comment about institutional kitchens having 10 days supply on hand for supply chain issues. And then we had this tanker which blew up and caught on fire and blew up underneath a bridge, which caused supply chain issues. And then we have Buttigieg just saying across the board that we may have supply chain issues. And of course we have the U.S. senators with satellite phones because of maybe a communication issue across the country, which very well would immediately halt supply chains as trucking companies, airplanes can't communicate, etc. This is what would happen. So I think that about wraps up, guys. That's what I want to bring to your attention today. A lot of things happening, and really the main things of Bible prophecy are really coming into light, really shaping up, really coming into the forefront. So I'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. He's coming soon, but we're going to see some hard times first. We'll see you in the next video.